Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at a Kickstarter project. So, this game is called Zenzizenzic. Zenzizenzic. It's an interesting name. I'm not really totally sure how to pronounce it. It's got a lot of Z's. But, yeah, that's what I'm going to say, Zenzizenzic. And it is by Rude Korvar. And it is currently on Kickstarter. As I'm recording this, it has about 21 days to go. It'll have a little less than that when this goes up, with a goal of 2,000 euros. So pretty small goal, and it has 1,295 right now, so not too bad. It will be coming out on release in July for PC, Mac, and Linux. And I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit more here. In July, so I said, and it'll be €6 and about $8, I believe. But with that being said, I'm gonna jump in here so you can see that we've got 5 regular levels, 5 bonus levels, 2 other modes coming soon, 3 difficulties. You can play multiplayer, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna jump in here. We have some weapon choices, and basically what happens is that you can spend points to unlock weapons, and the weapons, as you can see, get kind of crazier and crazier, but I'm just going to go with the normal weapons. So here's what goes down. So it's a shmup, and it stands apart from most shmups in a couple of ways. First of all, I feel just like blown away by the visuals while I'm playing this. Like, it's just an absolutely beautiful game. All the way through, like, everything is just really, really pretty to look at. Yeah, and the music is really good as well. I know I've got it turned down quite a bit, but you should be able to hear it a little bit. The soundtrack is really, really good so far, and I think just like the sound design in general is really good. For now, right, you can see that I'm playing it just kind of like a normal shmup. I've got 3 kinds of pickups. There are the upgrades, which will upgrade my weapon, and it's got kind of a cave story type thing where I've got like 3 levels that I can upgrade my weapon, and then if I take a hit, then I actually lose a level each time I get hit. And then also there are the shield pickups, which basically having a shield allows me to take a hit from one enemy bullet without taking a life. At the bottom you can see my lives. You can see the 3 little blue boxes. Those represent my 3 lives. And it's pretty fluid. It doesn't like take you out of the game if you lose a life. You just kind of flash for a second letting you know that you lost a life, and then you keep playing anyways. And that's, yeah, you can see just like that. So, ooh. The problem, of course, being that once you lose a life, it is pretty easy to just lose all 3 right away, because there isn't like much of a grace period. Yeah. So, I actually had no problem beating this level the first time, but obviously I'm having some issues here. But that's okay, I'll just jump right back in. So then the other things that you will see me do, the other pickup are these smaller gray squares, which you can see, and those are to charge your kind of, as I've been calling them, super weapon, basically. And those are the weapons that you saw me equip at the beginning before I got to start a level, and I will show those off here in just a second. So that is the lasers, which is pretty cool, and you can see the bottom rectangle fills up, and that is based on how many smaller gray squares you pick up, and that's kind of your charge meter. When it's blue like this, that means it's full, so I can go like this and just use a ton of it. So yeah, that's the laser, and then there's the big crazy laser beam. So we've got kind of 2 forms of huge lasers at this point. And that's kind of everything as far as like our play style goes. Obviously, there's a little bit of what makes it stand apart from other shmups, in my opinion, is just like the fact of how many different weapons we have, and the fact that we can unlock quite a few more, even, as you saw. I've unlocked, we start with 2, and I bought 1, and then I think there were 3 or 4 more after that. And then on top of that, what's kind of cool about this shmup in particular is that the way that you handle like buying the next level, you don't just like earn it if you beat this level. You have to get a certain number of points, which if you beat the level, most likely you're going to have the points required to unlock the next one. At least so far, that's what I've found. So like when I finished this level the first time, I had about 5 million points, and unlocking the second level cost like 2 million points. So I was able to buy it and start playing the second level. But then unlocking everything else works the same way. So unlocking like weapons, the extra weapons you saw, stuff like that, that's all bought with points, which I think is a really good way to do it, because it kind of shows that you're not just getting the points to get the points and get the leaderboard position or whatever. It actually kind of puts a reason there for the points, and I like that. I think that it is kind of something that's been I was about to say shmups there, missing from a lot of shmups before, is there's kind of no purpose to a high score other than if you want to chase for a leaderboard position, which I don't always really care to do. That's not really what I'm in it for. So it's kind of nice to have that in there, in my opinion. I mean, like, the biggest thing about the game, though, is that it just strikes me as having an incredible amount of polish already. And, I mean, I guess if it's going to be coming out in July, that's a good sign. But, you know, this is, like, the kind of Kickstarter that I can really support, because clearly, you know, there's been a lot of work put into this already. It's kind of set up, ready to go, ready to be released basically, other than a few more additions. So I think that, you know, this is a good way to do a Kickstarter. It's just being asked for a little bit of money just to finish up the project, and I think that's totally fair. So that's the bonus level. I'm really bad at the bonus levels, but they're basically like a dodge the obstacles, and the longer that you last, the more points you get. So you saw I got a lot of points there. Alright, and then here's our boss, and the bosses have been like crazy. I have not done well on any of the bosses yet. So we'll see how this does, and I think, honestly, after that, I might wrap up the video. You can speed up and slow down. I find it most comfortable to just play at the normal speed that my ship moves, but like maybe I'll show that off here in a second. So I can speed up, I can slow down, which I suppose for some like more precise things that might be nice to have. In general though, like I said, I've found it easiest to just stay the same speed throughout. But I'm also not very good at these kind of games, so that may be part of it. Alright. So yeah, like I said, these... Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, I made it. Okay. I thought I was gonna get crushed there. Made it through. Yeah, as you can see, like, the bosses become like a little bit of like bullet hell, which is kind of cool. It gives a little change from the pace of the rest of the game. But yeah, I mean, that is what's going on there. So you see, I just got a whole bunch of points. It gives you a nice stat screen. There's already some leaderboards in place, things like that. There are all these like extra objectives to go for, which is kind of cool. I like that. Scores 0 points. That's kind of nuts. But yeah, I think that is where I'm gonna leave this up. If I didn't mention, it's also on Greenlight, so you should go vote for that as well, which you can see down here. I will put links in the description to the Kickstarter as well as to the Greenlight. And like I said, if this looks like something that is interesting to you, then help get it funded, help get it on Greenlight. Do what you gotta do, because that's the goal here, right? So I think it's really fun. I'm having a great time with it so far, I'm interested to see what comes next. You know, what happens with the finished game, what other things are going to be added, and what the final product's going to look like. But that will be it for today. So, like I said, check the links in the description if you are interested at all. And of course, as always, feel free to comment if there's anything that you'd like to comment on. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos every single day. And if you liked my video on Zenzizenzic, say that 5 times fast, and then please do consider clicking the like button, because that helps me out a lot. But with that being said, I'm gonna sign off. So, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.